So from a marketing point of view, I think there's three key trends that we need to focus on in 2014, from a social media point of view, that is. The first is the return of walled gardens. Walled garden is essentially any social platform where you can restrict your interaction to you and your friends. And at the moment, this includes platforms like WhatsApp, WeChat, Snapchat. These are really important because they're beginning to displace Facebook, especially with the younger crowd. And the question is, how can brands get involved? We haven't quite cracked that yet, but we're going to have to crack it in 2014. And I think it's a really interesting opportunity for brands to be more real-time, to be more engaged, to be more responsive, and to do it in platforms and into conversations at audience's invitation. So that's the first one. The second trend I think we need to pay attention to is paid social. Big changes happening on Facebook at the moment. Organic reach is declining. It's going to reach zero at some stage. For brands, the old model was use your own Facebook community to drive earned, to drive word of mouth. The new model is we're going to have to invest paid in the right way, in clever ways, in new and more efficient ways, more real-time ways to drive earned, to drive word of mouth. And that paid is going to take the form of small spends behind pieces of content that are generated using editorial processes, day to day, minute to minute, responding to what's happening in the news agenda. And the third trend, of course, linked to that is real-time content. We have to master generating content, telling stories, and connecting with people in real time. That's where the conversations are happening, and we as brands, we want to be part of those conversations. Well, I think you have to organize yourself differently in order to succeed at real time. You have to think about real time and build a process into your organization, into your structure that allows you to deliver on the real time promise. What does that mean? Well, it means setting up a system that allows you to look at the news agenda in the morning, come up with ideas by lunchtime, run those ideas through approvals, and then publish them in the afternoon. Now, that means having different kinds of resources as well. You know, traditionally in-house departments have been organized around managing agencies, around managing brands. Do we need more in-house day-to-day design talent? Do we need to be creating visuals on our own to some degree? Do we need people who can work together to develop a story and then execute it from a visual point of view? Now, whether that's happening in-house or in an agency doesn't really matter, so long as you've got access to those assets, those resources to create that kind of content. But then the second aspect of that is, how do you organize for the approvals? So your brand managers being sensitive and ready, expecting that content to come through at lunchtime for a quick review and sign off. Do you need to have a lawyer, an in-house, a member of your in-house legal team ready, who's really adept at what the social policies and legal issues are, so that if you need a legal point of view, you can get that in something close to real time. These are aspects of what we sometimes call social business, which is organizing ourselves for social, organizing ourselves better for social success. And that sort of takes us to the next level of business transformation driven by social, which is how can you make your whole organization more about engagement? And that really is the key to unlocking, in the end, the perfection of real time. Letting more people have conversations on behalf of your brand, letting those conversations grow up organically, and letting employees, indeed encouraging employees, to participate in them.